Mounjaro pen is basically all the treatments are empty. Now, I do what's called microdosing, and I don't believe that it's recommended. Well, I know it's not recommended by the companies. And the one thing about these pens, and it doesn't really apply in the US, because in the US they sell one injection per pen, but in Canada and UK and other areas, they'll sell a pen that has 4 injections in it. So you don't get 4 pens, you get one pen that has 4 injections based on the amount of mg that you're taking. So for me, I microdose every 3 days, and I like to do right now about 2.5 mg of microdosing. So once you get it to the end and all of I basically can turn it by clicks, and I have a system that I know how many clicks will give me how many mg. And again, this is not medical advice. I wouldn't follow it. Do what you want to do. This is my own thing that I've done from research. But what happens is you get to the end of the pen and you'll see that there's still Mounjaro left. And this is what they call the golden dose. So what many people do is they get a syringe and they use this kind of, and they extract that golden dose. This golden dose is still pretty expensive. In the US, to get 4 treatments, it could be as much as $1,200 US. In Canada, we've got lower costs, that sort of thing. Although in the US now, I think in the new year with the new policies that Trump has, favored nations, that the US, people in the US are going to get similar pricing. But this dose here, to put in perspective, 120 or 1,200 bucks in the US, I can get this for 438 Canadian, which is whatever, about 300 bucks. Anyway, there's this last little dose, there's stuff left in the end, and the reason there is because the engineering of the pen, the way it is, it needs to have that little extra at the end, I guess, to make sure that all of the shots are consistent. So what I do is, now that I've got this golden dose, which is worth some pretty good money. So you can imagine if this pen was worth $1,200, each dose is $300. This is another $300 dose. In Canada, it's probably about 60, 70. So what I do is, I've got a syringe. I know that the amount of units that I need come out to 15 units. So I put it in there, and let me just take this end off. So I put it in there, and I extract what I need. So now that I've done that, perfect. So now I take that and I'm done. And because I microdose, I still have a decent amount that is left in there. Again, it's not something that they recommend. I don't recommend it. Obviously, I'm doing it. I've done a lot of research on it, but it is something that this is my day, that I'm using it that way. And now put it back in the fridge. Got to make sure I bring it with me when I go to Southern California. Well, it ended up snowing last night. It's still snowing now. I've got to look at the driveway. All right, well, it's definitely snowblower time. Now, the thing is I didn't pull my snowblower out prior, and it's in front of my car. All right, here is the challenge. I've got the car put away for the winter, and normally what I do is I take the snowblower and I put it over here so that when it snows, like today, I can use it. But now I've got it in front of the car. I can't back the car up, or else I'd have to take off the car cover and start it all, back it up. So I think I might have enough room to just take it out if I move some things around. So, and it's either that or shovel by hand. So let's see if I can get this thing out. Okay, I'm just starting my ride and I'm doing the Ironman Barcelona course. I'm doing it on my tri-bike because, as you saw yesterday, I put my endurance bike away. Took 2.5 hours. I got to bed at about 12:30 last night after I did the video, and I got up this morning at the crack of 6 o'clock. So my apps that tell me I sleep said, hey, you didn't sleep enough. Although I'll tell you what, I got up at 6 and I kind of felt fresher than normally when I sleep, 7.5 hours. So anyway, it all kind of went a little downhill from there. I got up, I looked out the window, boom, all kinds of snow. It snowed last night. The good news was it's kind of fluffy snow. Here in Ontario, it can get really wet and really heavy. So fluffy snow is easy to, to shovel. But I didn't need to shovel. At least I thought that. You see, I have a snowblower and had it for like 25 years. When I moved here from Manitoba to Ontario, neighbors used to laugh at me like, what do you got such a big snowblower for? Or even a snowblower, you hardly get snow here. And they laughed until that first big snowfall. And that year, we had so much snow. And I ended up, it was beautiful. I could tell the neighbors were jealous. But of course, smartest thing to do, if you have a snowblower, your neighbors don't, snow blow their driveway when it's heavy snowfall. And I'll tell you why. Because they give you a free pass after that. You can play your music too loud, maybe drive somewhere you shouldn't be driving, do something that, could be an issue with a neighbor. But if you're snow blowing their driveway, they give you a hall pass because it's like, I want to get that next year. I don't want to jeopardize it. So anyway, first thing I go is, I'm going to get the snowblower out. And snowblowing's fun. It's shoveling snow isn't fun, but there's something about snowblowing and the engine and it's shooting the snow all over the place and very little effort, and it's all self-propelled. So I realized, damn, I put the snowblower, normally, see, we put our car away for the winter. We have a Corvette C8. So we put it away for the winter. And normally what we do is the snowblower sits in front of the car and we move the snowblower out from in front of the car. So when it snows, we can use the snowblower. Well, I realized this morning, oh man, dude, you forgot to move the snowblower out. And I was thinking about it because last year we were in Southern California, didn't need it. Then this year I was thinking, oh, we're going to Southern California, won't need it. And then I look outside and I'm like, we need it. So had to look at it and I go, okay, can I pull it out without backing the car up? Turns out, I'll take the bike rack down. Turns out that even with the bike rack down, I can't get it out. So then I have a decision. Do I take the cover off the car and back the car up a bit to get the snowblower out? I decide to do that. So I back up, I get the snowblower out. Perfect. Put the car, go put it to the side, get back in the car, pull up. And of course, as my day's going, I didn't move the snowblower over far enough from the car door that I could open it. So I had to back the car up again. Then I had to move the snowblower. Then I had to pull up again. Finally get out, everything. I'm like, okay, good. Then I look, where's the cord for the electric start? Man, I couldn't find the cord. And it's like, now I'm like, this is my life story, man. This is my life story. Nothing's easy. So, of course, normally it's on the snowblower, can't find it. I'm going through every area in the garage, can't find it. So finally, I go in the house, I say to Alice, of course, I'm pissed off. I can't find it, do you know where it is? So she can't find it, but she finds another cord that'll work. Awesome, now I'm ready to get going. So I go to start it, it's not starting. I go, you know what, I should check to see if it has gas. Sure enough, no gas. Okay, do we have gas? Because I know my luck, the way it's going, we won't have gas. But we had gas. So I put gas in, I'm feeling pretty positive, and I'm hitting that button, the electric start. Nothing, just, it's not turning over the gas. I'm hitting the choke, I'm pushing the button that gets the gas going through. Nothing. Then finally I get a little sputter. Probably took 15 minutes or more. And I'm hopeful. And now it's sputtering or coughing, and so there's no way I want to shovel the driveway. So I have to start work. I have a meeting at 9 o'clock. And I'm out there, I was probably out there at 7:30, playing with this snowblower to no avail. All the neighbors, because we've got we moved from when we had a snowblower and the other neighbors didn't. The house we're in now, they saw my snowblower and they bought snowblowers. So they're out snowblowing. And here I am. I finally got my snowblower outside, closed the garage doors because I know the smell of gas. And they're snow blowing away. And I'm trying to start this thing. And I'm sure they're looking over, snickering. Maybe not. But that's what I thought they might be doing. And I kept going. There was no way I was giving up. Anyway, I had my meeting, so I had to give up there. Went back, started a bit, sputtered. Anyway, bottom line, Alice went and shoveled the driveway, at least the first round. And then I couldn't get it going. I put all the symptoms into ChatGPT, and it says it's a carburetor issue. So I'm not going to pull off a carburetor, and it says how to clean it, and you know, spray this out and spray that out. You know, I'm going away. So I ended up, the next round of shoveling I did. And yeah, the anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Man, I'm cursed. I remember, and this was the worst thing, it might have been 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Alice told me, you're so messy. Everything, you know, you touch, it's breaks or falls or you leave messes wherever you are. And I'm like, no, I don't. What are you talking about? So then, you know, when someone says something to you, you're aware. You start getting awareness. So then I start observing that everything I do gets messed up. I could be pulling, you know, pouring coffee and it spills. Or, you know, putting cereal in a bowl and some of the cereal falls out. Or I put almond milk, starts dripping. You name it. I'm like a disaster. Pulling stuff out of the fridge, cups breaking. And I said to Alice, I go, why'd you say anything? You've jinxed me. Like, I never was like that before. And she's snickering now and saying, oh yeah, no, you were. Go talk to your mom. But now I'm so aware of it that everything's a problem. Yesterday, especially, putting the bike and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, today I started off the day. I thought it was going to be pretty good. I had my Mounjaro shot and I had done kind of a video on how I do it and how I microdose and the golden dose and all that stuff. Because I cut away from work. I have a break for about 90 minutes and I have to get in a 70-minute bike ride. And then I've got to swim and legs today. So it's my heaviest day, and then I've got to finish off packing because we leave tomorrow. Well, I got that workout done. Now I just have to do a swim and then from there go home and start doing some more packing. All right, I just got out of LA Fitness. I got the weight training done and I got the swim done. And I'm telling you, man, everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Let me turn on the defrost here. Oh, car coming. People should be careful, says the guy driving with a selfie stick. Okay, so, whoa, shit, okay. Now, where was I? Yeah, so anything that can go wrong is going wrong. I get to the gym. I made sure, okay, make sure you got the, all the swim stuff, don't forget anything. You got your workout shorts, everything. I get to the gym and lo and behold, they don't have runners. So I look and I've got my outside Skechers that you slide into, the old guy's shoes. And I was like, oh, I guess I have to go back and get my shoes. And I'm like, dude, you're like 60 years old. Like, who gives a shit, that you're walking around in Skechers? That's to be expected at your age. So there was no excuse. So yeah, okay, I went in there and
I was wearing my triathlon shorts and my Skechers, and I got her done, right? And I don't think anyone was looking at my shoes, and who cares if they were? And then the second part is, okay, I decide I'm going to go for a swim. Okay, fine. Get to the pool. Hey, you know what? There's only one Asian guy in the pool right now. This is pretty good. I get a lane to myself. So I start swimming, and of course, you know, it's like around 8:30-ish. All of a sudden, the pool starts getting fuller, and it's always Asian guys. They love swimming, and they don't swim. It's more like float, or they'll do a lap of a breaststroke, and then they'll come back and they'll rest, or they'll float on their back and they'll come back and they'll rest. And the sad part is, I'm as fast as they are, so I'm going as good as I can, and their little backstrokes and breaststrokes are the same speed that I am. And I was thinking, how come it's filling up at like that time, like 8:39? And I'm like, you know, and I work with a couple of Asian people, and one of them they're great worker, you know, great people, hard workers. And one of them actually was my first employee who I ended up making a partner last year. So anyway, and I can say this because I know her, and she laughs at it as well, and I think we all do, is how Asian people are so focused on their kids, you know, keeping them busy and having to work hard and everything. So I'm thinking, well, maybe they're just showing up now around 8:30 because the kids are done their piano and violin lessons, and they've done their math homework, and they proved that they could do a Rubik's Cube in less than 3.2 seconds, and they've got them in bed. Now they're coming just to relax. I'm kidding, of course, but yeah. Oh, and the worst part about, okay, LA Fitness, I like it. I've got a membership there for a long time, and I think I like it just because it's just an everyman's sort of place. And I had someone say to me the other day about another gym that was a little bit shishi. Oh man, you should get a membership there. They give you towels and do all this great stuff for you. And then it was like, well, how much is it? It's like, well, it's about $80 every 2 weeks. I'm like paying like $33 once a month at LA Fitness, and my membership allows me to go to any LA Fitness anywhere in the world. So the only thing though is you have to put up with certain things, like the pool, which it's warm, which I don't mind, a warm pool. If you can get your head over like, why is it warm? But what drives me crazy tonight is I wish I was swimming with a COVID mask tonight. And the reason is, I got so many hairs in my hands and in my mouth, and long hairs, and it's like, oh man, you know, it's like you're swimming in some sort of a swampland or something like that. So anyway, and then, as I said, everything that can go wrong does go wrong. Sure, I'm looking, I go, okay, I've got to be at least halfway through my swim right now. I look at my watch, and the battery's dead on it. The same thing happened last night when I went on a run. Before the end of the run, the battery low, 10%, and before you know it, it's done. So now I'm like, well, I guess I could just quit and think it's 30 minutes, but I go, okay, I'm probably halfway. I was probably more than halfway. So then I look for the clock on the wall, which I guess got banged down, so I had to find it. Someone put it on hung it up somewhere different. So I finally find it, and then I go, okay, it'll be 15 minutes. So then it was another 15 minutes of swimming through swimming through hairballs is the best way to put it. And then I got done, I got out, and everything is done. And now it is get home. It's, I guess, just over 9 o'clock. Get home and pack. But I gotta say, pretty good day. And actually, in terms of how training's going, the first week and a half, really, you know, that first 2 weeks, man, and I'm on, you know, the third week now. I was like, wow, this is hard. And, you know, it's a big bit of a grind. And now this week, it's, you know, feeling a little bit better. And even on the swim, I don't like swimming, and I'm not good at it, although I can swim forever because I don't think I put a lot of muscle into it. My heart rate's always low. But yeah, even the swim felt really good, like that I was making some progress. So yeah, so anyway, it's the third week and it's feeling good, and I just finished a day that had 3 workouts, which is a good thing, and now I'm back home, or going back home, and continue to pack. In my head, I'm forgetting stuff, and everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And now here's what I'm taking it. I'm not letting it beat me. Life is not going to beat me because I show up and I don't have shoes that are gym shoes. I didn't let it beat me. And I know this sounds like, whoa, hey man, that's not like, you know, you didn't, you know, have real adversity or anything like that. But it's kind of dark, isn't it? You didn't have real adversity, but yeah, you know what? I forgot my shoes. And then I got in the pool and the watch died. You know, like, these are, I understand they're first world problems, right? But, you know, it's still adversity. And, you know, mentally I could have looked at it a little different and not did anything, but, or went home and sucked my thumb or whatever, right? So anyhow, got her done. Now I've got to pack, and I really need to start thinking about packing and not think of other stuff, because that's when I'm going to forget stuff. So I wanted to get this video done now, and then I'll do a quick edit and 9 o'clock. So I usually go to bed in about an hour and a half or so. So anyway, I got a lot to do. Over and out. Living pain, or not living pain, over and out, retraining pain. I need to retrain my brain.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions.